Hey guys, I'm Abby, and welcome back to OneCodeCamp channel. Today, we continue with our MongoDB series. We are going to talk about MongoDB CRUD operations in MongoDB shell, specifically the create operation. Let's go! In the previous video, we familiarized ourselves in using the MongoDB shell along with MongoDB Compass. We learned a few commands that we can often use to navigate through the shell. Today, we are going to learn MongoDB CRUD operations. CRUD operations describe the conventions of a user interface that let users view, search, and modify parts of the database. Let's look into it one by one. C in CRUD is create. Create operation is used to insert new documents in the MongoDB database. R or read is used to query a document. Next is U or update. This operation is used to modify existing documents in the database. Lastly, we have D or delete operation, which is used to remove documents in the database. For MongoDB CRUD, if the specified collection doesn't exist, the create operation will create the collection when it's executed. Create operations in MongoDB target a single collection, not multiple collections. MongoDB provides two different create operations that you can use to insert documents into a collection. First one is db.collection.insert1. And the next one is db.collection.insertMany. DB is the current database that we are in, and collection is the collection name that we want to insert a document in. Okay, so before we see those two commands in action, let's refresh ourselves with the database that we have created before. And again, we are going to use both MongoDB shell and MongoDB Compass as we move forward with these commands. By the way, as I am creating these series, MongoDB Compass has updated its features, and we got the Mongosh back right inside the MongoDB Compass. You can use this built-in shell as well, but for uniformity purposes, I will still use the standalone MongoDB shell that we have installed. In Compass, we have this music library database, and inside we have the artist collection, which is currently empty, and the songs collection, which contains a few documents that we have added using Compass in the previous video. And since we already know how to add documents from MongoDB Compass, I'm going to show you how to add documents using MongoDB shell. Let's open that up. Let's connect our local server. Clear this screen. And in here, let's make sure that we are in the correct database that we want to add a document to. Let's type in the command to switch to our chosen database. Use music library. Now that we are inside the music library database, we need to specify the collection that we want to put a document to. Here is where we can use the command that I showed you earlier. So that's db, which is the current database that we are in, dot, then whatever the collection is called. So right now, I still only want to add documents in the songs collection. So let's say db.songs, then add that method where we can add one document, and that's called insert1. This is going to insert a single document into the songs collection. Inside the parentheses, we have an argument, which is an object that represents the song document that we want to add. Let's take a quick look at our existing documents so they can have the same properties. Right now, we have the title, artist, duration, genres, and rating. And for the ID, if you remember from our last video, MongoDB automatically creates an ID for us, so we don't need to bother with this one. All right, so let's create that document, db.songs.insert1, and then here is an object. We want the title, so let's make that splash of orange and white. By the way, these titles and artists are completely fictional and I just made it up. So yeah, and then we have the artist, view the map, duration, which is 187, and then genres, we have an array of ballad and pop. And finally, the rating of 8. Let's enter that. Then it's gonna show us this acknowledged true and that the ID has been inserted even though we didn't put any ID in there. Let's now go back to MongoDB Compass, refresh this, and see that the document that we added using the command in MongoDB shell has been successfully added here as well. Another important thing to note is that we don't need a collection to exist for us to add a document in there. We have the artists and songs collection. If we want to add a document to an albums collection, which doesn't exist yet, we can still do that. Just use the same command, db, then the name of the collection that you want. So here we want albums, then insert 1. So I'll have the name of the album, Best of Me. And year of 1999. If we press enter and go back to Compass, refresh, we will see a new collection, which is what we have specified in our command, the albums. Then inside, we have that document that we have created. So it doesn't matter if we have a collection existing or not. When we use the insert 1 command, it will create that collection and document for us. There's another command that we can use when we want to insert 2 or more documents at once. So it's almost the same, db dot, then the collection name, and instead of insert 1, we use insert many. So that's db.songs.insert many. You can create your own. Pause this video while you are creating your document, but right now, for me, I'll copy and paste 2 documents that I have created before making this video. Okay, that did not work. I'll do that again, but I'll clear this screen first to have a clean working space and paste that in. Now let's check again if these documents have been successfully added. Go back to our Compass and refresh. Now we can see that those 2 documents have been successfully added. There you go. That's how we can add documents to our collections using MongoDB shell. In the next video, we're going to explore the next part of our CRUD operations, which is read. See you in the next video.